Hospitalizations are also down in America, part of a weeks-long trajectory, but the good news is not evenly distributed when it comes to vaccinations. Of Americans who received their first dose through January 14th, 60% have been white, compared with much smaller numbers for other groups, according to the CDC. Our lead national correspondent, David Begnaud, is in South Los Angeles. David, good morning.
Good morning, Anthony. This is an ongoing success story. Kedron Psychiatric Hospital was erected in the 1960s during the Watts riots. And since then, they have served some of the most underserved communities, black and brown populations living here in South Central LA. Let me tell you something. They have tackled vaccine administration, and they are getting it done effectively. Word has gotten out that what's happening here is working. 15,000 doses have already been administered on site. And there were some folks who started lining up at 3 a.m. this morning, waiting for the gates to open. Here's the doctor leading it all.
Seniors, essential healthcare workers, appointments.
Dr. Jerry Abraham is a man on a mission.
Registration team, how's everybody?
He's got a crowd of eager Angelinos wrapped around the block. Almost all of them are from some of Los Angeles's most underserved communities.
We are literally every morning till every night doing everything we can to help get this whole county vaccinated.
What drives you? You sound quite passionate.
I mean, people are dying. My patients are dying.
Sylvia Victor lives close by. She lined up at 3 a.m. She's a caregiver for her 17-year-old son, Jesus, who has cerebral palsy, and she's eligible for the vaccine. How long have you tried to get a vaccine?
Well, to make an appointment, more than 1 week, and it is not working the website. So it's very tough to get that appointment.
And Dr. Abraham knows that. That's why Kedron registers people right here on site.
They don't understand that grandma and grandpa don't even have an email address, much less a phone. So what are you talking about? Just keep checking the website. What internet do they have?
Those are just some of the barriers here in what he calls a medical desert. Dr. Abraham's team is relentless in finding and administering vaccines. They give about 2,000 a day. Locals 65 and older get to go first. Then it's healthcare workers. And if there are doses left at the end of every day, they are made available to anyone waiting outside.
We refuse to let any drop go to waste here at Kedron. I think now that word has gotten out that we prioritize people over data entry, people have now found their way, as you've seen behind me, to Kedron.
Including Susan. She's a lawyer who lives in an upscale neighborhood about 30 minutes away. There are people who say folks like you, wealthy, live in ritzy areas, come to South LA, impoverished area, to sort of cut in line. What would you say?
Well, I don't think I'm cutting in line. I mean, I would let somebody in front of me who is older. That's what they do here at the end of the day.
Look, Dr. Abraham says if there is an available dose, it'll go to Susan and anyone like her, but
we are going to help our neighbors. That is part of our mandate, our ethical commitment, our moral compass. We're used to getting forgotten about or left behind, and I think that's why we're so good at coming together. And now I want this success, this South LA success, this historically black institution's success, to be the success of the County of Los Angeles and South LA.
How about that, Dr. Abraham? Listen, he and his team are constantly working the phones, calling nursing homes and hospitals in the area saying, hey, do you have leftover doses? Because if you do and they're going bad today, bring them here and we will get them into somebody's arm before the sun sets. Tony, one more thing. I noticed yesterday in being here that there are so many people who are responsible for making things run effectively and helping Dr. Abraham. And a lot of those people are community organizers who showed up at the gate, knocked on it, and said, I want to help.
Yeah. It takes a village, and our thanks to all of them, but we share your words. How about that, Dr. Abraham? David, thank you very much.